Simon Crisford has had countless trips to the Melbourne Spring Carnival in the role as racing manager for the huge Godolphin team. But he admits coming back this year with West Wind Blows and in partnership with his son Ed is an even bigger thrill. Well, Simon, thanks so much for joining us. And firstly, we're really keen to know about is this Australian venture. And tell us more about West Wind Blows. And firstly, Jamie Spencer confirmed to take the ride in the Turnbull on Saturday?
Yes, that's absolutely right. Well, Jamie knows this horse really well. He rides him in all of his track work, his fast work, and he does take a bit of getting to know this horse. He's still a bit babyish, really, even though he's a 4-year-old. And, Jamie knows him really well. So we felt for his first run in Australia, at any rate, he would be the right suitable pilot for him.
And I guess a way of comparing him for us, and a horse you obviously know really well, is give us a bit of a comparison with Without a Fight.
Well, I mean, both of them have sort of pretty much similar ability, but two very different types of horses. Without a Flight is very classy horse, and he would be a little bit more mature, whereas West Wind Blows, he's just stepping forward. We felt he was the right horse to bring to Australia because there's a very limited program for him here. And we'd experienced some travel before, and he always traveled really well to some overseas races. So we felt that he would fit into this Spring Carnival nicely.
I was there at Royal Ascot and saw him run a terrific race, and you've given him another couple of runs since, which I guess have just reinforced that he's ready for a trip like this.
Yeah, no, we think so. He actually travelled really well, and he's cleared quarantine on Saturday, and everything touch wood has gone smoothly up until this point in time. We're really happy. We've got Paul Holly, so he's one of our assistant trainers, and he's taking care, of the horse. We're communicating with him by video link every day, and hopefully we'll manage to get down to the Caulfield Cup after this race to be there. And to witness him running in the big cup.
What should we expect in the Turnbull, or what do you hope for this Saturday?
Well, I think it's a deep field. Obviously, you've got the champion horse from Hong Kong who's very good. He hasn't run for a while. I think that the Australian horses are obviously very good, and they're on home turf. So I think it's going to be, a very exciting race. I hope that we can get a piece of the pie. I think it's going to be, a hard race to win, obviously, first up in Australia. But he's a very forward-going horse, West Wind Blows. And, as he's got a little bit more experience, he's not one-dimensional. You can sit in, you can go forward, you can pretty much ride him how you want to. And he used to be a little bit gassy and a little bit keen, but he seems to be, more manageable like that these days, and we're expecting a good run.
All of your history and coming across with horses for Godolphin over 20 years plus, is that why you're keen on this lead-up run ahead of the Caulfield Cup?
Yeah, I think a lead-up race was good. As I say, there was nothing for him in Europe really that was suitable, so we just felt that it was the right thing to do. But I think the world's become such a smaller place nowadays compared to when we first started doing it, when we sent Central Park over there for the Melbourne Cup. But, travelling is much more, it's easier to do. I think it's Australian Spring Carnival is one of the highlights of the whole of the global world stage for horse racing. And, we really want to be part of that. So we had a great experience last year with Without a Fight. Unfortunately, the weather turned against us, and, we didn't see the horse at his best because we had all of that rain. But he's, it's a great experience for us and something we really enjoy doing.
What makes West Wind Blows the right sort of horse to come here in your mind?
As I say, he's forward going, and he stays really well this 1.25 miles. I mean, he goes 1.5 miles, and hopefully when we get into the Caulfield Cup, we can see him over that distance. But he's a long striding horse, and he keeps a really good balanced rhythm going throughout his races. And, we just felt he had a chance to be competitive.
Well, it's terrific to have West Wind Blows heading over this year. It might not have worked out for you last year when the rain came without a fight, but fingers crossed it can this time round. We look forward to seeing you back in Australia, Simon.
Well, very much look forward to seeing you too, and thank you very much for your time, and it's been a great pleasure.